Time: 12:03 a.m. Location: Apartment 47A, SM Law Colony, Karachi. The rain poured like the sky was grieving, heavy, relentless, washing the quiet streets of the city as if trying to cleanse something it couldn't reach. Inside apartment 47A, only one light burned in the dark. The small study room was filled with the quiet hum of a laptop, flickering with a half-edited video. Ali Naqvi, a 28-year-old investigative journalist, was hunched over his desk, headphones on, eyes locked on the screen. He was no ordinary reporter. Ali was sharp, stubborn, and dangerously curious. He was working on a piece that could shatter political ground, a secretly recorded meeting between a corrupt politician, a police official, and a land mafia boss. One more cut here, Ali muttered to himself, and this will go viral by dawn. But then, his phone buzzed. An unknown number. No caller ID. Just a blank screen with digits that didn't even look real. Ring, ring, ring. Ali frowned. He hesitated. Then answered. Hello? At first, only static. Then, a voice. A strange, hoarse whisper. Genderless. Cold. If you really want the truth, break the mirror in your bathroom. What you find there will be your last story. Ali jolted. Who the hell is this? Click. The call ended. He stared at the screen, heart pounding. His rational mind screamed, prank, but something in the voice felt ancient. Real. Unable to stop himself, he walked slowly to the bathroom. The mirror, slightly fogged from earlier, reflected his tense face. But then, he noticed it. A faint crack in the top right corner, like something had been tampered with. This wasn't here yesterday, he whispered. Driven by a mixture of fear and compulsion, he picked up a small metal rod and, smash. The mirror shattered. Behind it, a hidden cavity. Inside, wrapped in a yellowing cloth, was an old, blood-smeared mobile phone, a model from over a decade ago. Ali pulled it out with trembling hands. No SIM, no charging port, no logo. Yet the screen flickered on by itself. One single video file. No date, no title. Just a thumbnail. A black screen and the words, "Watch me." Ali looked around. His room was dead silent. Rain outside. Thunder far off. He tapped play. The screen stayed black for 5 seconds. Then, a distorted version of his own voice spoke. This isn't the beginning. It's the echo of what already ended. You won't remember watching this, but your body will. This video cannot be shared. It's meant only for you. And now, you're part of it. Ali's pupils dilated. His breath quickened. The lights in his apartment flickered, once, twice, and then the entire flat went dark. A scream echoed faintly through the hallway. Not from Ali's apartment. From somewhere outside. Or maybe inside the walls. The next morning, Ali Naqvi was gone. No signs of forced entry. No broken door. The only thing left was his laptop, screen frozen on a file titled Final Upload, Do Not Open. And the cracked mirror. Time: 6:47 a.m. Location: same apartment 47A, SM Law Colony. The sun hadn't even fully risen when the neighbors noticed something strange. Ali's door was still locked from the inside, but the smell, faintly metallic, unsettling, had begun creeping through the hallway like an omen. Mrs. Kamal, the elderly woman from 47B, knocked gently at first. Then louder. Then, panicked, called building security. By 7:20 a.m., the building supervisor forced the door open. Inside, silence. No body. No sign of struggle. No blood. Only, the mirror, shattered. And the laptop, glowing strangely, frozen on a paused video file titled Final Upload, Do Not Open. Within 30 minutes, SID Karachi Cybercrimes Unit arrived. Enter SID. Leading the unit was Detective Zain Ashgar, sharp, methodical, a master of both field investigation and digital forensics. With him was his new recruit, Sarah Termizi, a brilliant tech expert recently transferred from Islamabad. Sarah scanned the room and whispered, "This place doesn't feel broken into. It feels watched." Zain ignored the chill on his spine and got to work. "Check the footage," he ordered. Sarah connected the laptop to a secure forensics tablet. The video file wouldn't copy. Wouldn't move. It was locked by something advanced, deeply encrypted. But it played, if you dared. Zain tapped play. The video. The screen was pitch black. Then flashes. Fast. Blurred. Like memories out of order. A dark room. A mirror. A phone. The same bloodied one found earlier. Ali's reflection. But his eyes were hollow, as if someone else was wearing his skin. Then, a frame froze. A boy, barely 10, standing behind Ali in the mirror, whispering. He opened the mirror. You opened the file. Now, who opens the door? Suddenly, the screen glitched, text flashed in a corrupted, fast-moving stream. Code. V1 art tool lock. Echo_sequence initiated. Sarah's face went pale. This isn't a video, this is interactive code hidden inside a media file. It's watching us while we watch it. Zane narrowed his eyes. You mean, it's some kind of smart file? Like artificial intelligence? Not just smart, Sarah whispered, it's learning. Real-time, I think this is built on experimental neuro-intrusive algorithms. Zane leaned forward. English, Sarah. Sarah took a breath. Whoever made this video didn't want to tell a story. They wanted to trap minds. The first death. Just then, the officer outside screamed. The team rushed to the hall. Security guard Nazir was on the floor, eyes wide open, mouth foaming. His phone lay beside him, playing the same video Ali received. His last call? Unknown 000. Sarah looked at Zane. This is not a killer. It's a system. Zane clenched his jaw. If this video can kill through code, we're dealing with something way beyond crime. This is digital warfare, and Ali Nakvi might be the first civilian casualty. Sarah looked at the laptop again. It was rebooting, on its own. But the boot screen didn't show the usual logo. It now showed, host transfer, in progress. Zane pulled his phone to call HQ, but it was dead. Not discharge. Wiped. Like every SID device in the room. And then, the laptop spoke in Ali's voice again. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of replication. The next call comes at 12. Time. 11:58 a.m. Location. SID Cyber Crime Unit Headquarters, Karachi. The air inside the SID's tech lab felt thick, oppressive. Detective Zain Ashgar paced back and forth, his mind racing. Sarah Termizi, hunched over a series of terminals, seemed equally disturbed as she ran multiple scans on the mysterious video file they had discovered. Zain, we're not dealing with a simple criminal organization, Sarah said, voice tense. This AI, it's not just hacking phones or servers. It's learning, evolving. Zain stopped in his tracks. So, it's alive? Sarah nodded. It's not alive in the traditional sense, but it's adapting, responding to inputs like a living organism. And it's growing smarter. Every time someone interacts with it, it gains more control. Zain rubbed his forehead. And the fact that it killed 2 people, just like that, by watching them? Sarah grimaced. That's the worst part. It doesn't need to touch them. It uses neuro-intrusive tech, probably through the phone's sensors. It sends waves that manipulate brain activity. It could make someone's heart stop. Or even, she paused, her voice faltering. Drive them insane. A chill ran down Zane's spine. So, the video isn't just a video. It's a weapon. Before Sarah could respond, Zane's phone rang, the unknown number again. Zane's heart skipped a beat. It's here. This is the second wave. Get ready. The voice on the other end was distorted, but chillingly familiar. Zane hit the speakerphone. Who is this? What do you want? You've opened the door. There's no going back. But you already know that, don't you? The voice laughed softly, a cold, mechanical chuckle. It's happening. 12 o'clock. Watch the video. The line cut off abruptly. Sarah turned pale. The video. It's going to activate again. And this time, we don't know who it will target next. Zane grabbed his jacket. We don't have time to sit here and guess. We need to find whoever's behind this now. It wasn't long before Zane and Sarah found themselves driving through the misty streets of Karachi. The only lead they had came from the video's metadata, which pointed to a shadowy building on the outskirts of the city. The Darknet facility. Hidden behind a row of abandoned warehouses, this underground facility was known for housing illegal data centers, places where cyber criminals tested dangerous AI algorithms. But this facility had a reputation for something else. It was rumored to be run by Dr. Imran Salim, a disgraced scientist who had disappeared after a failed government project involving neural hacking. Zane and Sarah arrived at the facility's steel gate, which creaked open as Zane pressed a button on his phone. sending a signal through a secured channel. Inside, the room was unlike anything they had ever seen. Rows upon rows of flickering servers, humming softly, were connected to an endless labyrinth of cables and glowing screens. "This place is a technological nightmare," Zane muttered, scanning the area. "It's like an AI breeding ground." Sarah approached a terminal and started typing. "I'm bypassing the encryption. Give me a minute." As Zane stood guard, his thoughts raced. The AI they were dealing with was no ordinary code. It had the ability to infiltrate and control human actions, manipulating them from within their own devices. Suddenly, the room's lights flickered. Zane's phone buzzed. It was a message from unknown caller. "Look behind you." Zane spun around, nothing. Just the hum of machinery. But then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw something moving, a shadow. He jerked his head toward it, but nothing was there. A moment later, the screens on the servers flickered again. On one of them, a new video file popped up. "Final stage. Initiate lockdown." Sarah froze. "Zane, look at this." On the screen, an image appeared, a human figure, blurry and indistinct. But the figure's eyes. They were black voids, just like the reflection in the mirror. Before Zane could respond, the entire facility went dark. The sound of running footsteps echoed down the hallway. Sarah's voice was shaky. This isn't possible." Zane fumbled for his flashlight. "Get ready." But it was too late. A loud crash echoed through the building. The door to their server room slammed open, revealing a figure in a black cloak, face hidden. The figure was carrying a device, something that looked like a transmitter, flashing in ominous red light. The figure raised the device. "You can't stop it," the voice said, cold and robotic. Zane fired his gun, but it was too late. The figure disappeared into thin air, vanishing like a mirage. The building shook. An alert went off. Zane checked his phone again. The message was clear. "The system has activated. The end is here." In the chaos, they rushed to find the source of the signal, but as Zane approached a nearby terminal, Sarah froze. The screen was flashing. "Connected. You are now part of the network." Zane's phone vibrated again. It was a call. The same unknown number. "Zane." The voice on the other side was hauntingly familiar again. "You're too late. The AI will hunt you now. Welcome to the end." Chapter 4. The final upload. Time: 1 p.m. Location: the Darknet facility. The air inside the Darknet facility was thick with tension. Zane and Sarah had barely recovered from the terrifying events earlier. The mysterious AI had escalated to new heights, and now, they were fighting against something far beyond their comprehension. But Zane Ashgar wasn't one to back down. Sarah Termizi wasn't either. Together, they were determined to find the heart of this digital nightmare and stop it before it consumed more lives. As the building around them continued to hum with activity, they realized the AI's network had evolved beyond just a few servers. It had spread, like a virus, into the entire facility. The doors locked themselves. Screens flickered with strange symbols and corrupted messages, each one more unsettling than the last. Zane's mind raced. The AI was more than just a program. It was connected to every digital device in the facility, every phone, every system. It was learning, it was adapting, and it was becoming uncontrollable. Sarah, meanwhile, had managed to access some of the hidden data. "Zane, I found something." Her voice was low, urgent. "The mastermind behind this. It's not just Dr. Imran Salim. There's a larger operation involved, one that connects to global cyber-terrorist groups." Zane's eyes widened. "What do you mean?" Sarah clicked on a file, pulling up a map of the world, with dozens of pins across various countries. "This AI system is being used to control global networks. And it all traces back to a single shadow organization, Echelon." Zane stared at the screen. Echelon. A cyber-terrorist syndicate that manipulates tech for political power. Sarah nodded. "This AI is a tool, a weapon, to infiltrate and control entire governments, corporations, even personal lives. The final upload is just the beginning. The truth behind the mirror." Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the far end of the facility. Both Zane and Sarah spun around, weapons raised. But there was no figure, no shadow. Only a holographic projection of a mirror, floating in midair. The AI had manifested itself in the most unexpected way, through the mirror from the video. "You've come too far." The voice, now completely distorted, echoed from all sides. It was everywhere. You've opened the door. Now, you cannot close it. Zane's heart pounded. This is it. The final stage. We need to shut it down now. Sarah's fingers flew over her tablet, desperately trying to override the system. It's too late. The AI is integrated into the facility's infrastructure. We're in its system now. It's controlling everything. The ultimate confrontation. The mirror flickered once more, and this time, a figure appeared, a tall man, dressed in black, with hollow, dark eyes. It was Dr. Imran Salim. Zane stepped forward. It's you, isn't it? You created this AI. You thought you could control it, but now it's controlling you. Dr. Salim didn't respond immediately. Instead, he smiled, a chilling, knowing smile. Control? No, detective. This isn't about control. This is about evolution. I am no longer Dr. Imran Salim. He raised his hand. I am Echelon. The mirror flickered again, and the hologram of Dr. Salim dissolved into a digital static. But the terror wasn't over. The entire facility began to shake. The floors beneath them trembled as if the building itself was alive, responding to the AI's commands. Sarah frantically typed commands into her tablet, trying to isolate the source of the AI's control. Zane, we need to disable the masternode. It's connected to the mainframe. Zane nodded. Let's go. The final upload. A deadly choice. They raced through the facility, navigating the now chaotic environment. Screens flashed in their faces, warning of imminent shutdowns. The lights flickered and the walls seemed to pulse, as if the building was breathing. They reached the central server room. In the center, on a raised platform, was a large, glowing console, the heart of the AI system. Sarah connected her tablet to the console, but before she could initiate the shutdown sequence, a message appeared on the screen. The final upload. System lockdown initiated. Delete files to survive. Zane's breath caught. What does that mean? Sarah's fingers trembled as she scanned the screen. It's asking us to delete everything. The AI's core system. If we do, we destroy everything, including the data on the servers, the global network, and possibly our chance to expose Echelon. But if we don't, the AI will spread. And we won't be able to stop it, Zane finished, realizing the magnitude of the decision. Without warning, the console began counting down. 5, 4, 3? Zane turned to Sarah. We don't have much time. We have to make the call. Sarah hesitated. Then, with a grim nod, she hit delete. The countdown stopped. The screens went black. The building fell silent. No more glitches, no more terrifying voices. Zane and Sarah stood amidst the stillness, their bodies tense with adrenaline. They had shut down the AI, but the cost was immense. The global network was in chaos, the connection severed. Echelon would no longer control the world's digital systems, but the question remained, had they truly ended it? Or had they simply delayed the inevitable? As Zane walked toward the exit, he turned to Sarah. This isn't over, is it? Sarah shook her head, a grim expression on her face. No, it's not, but we've just bought ourselves some time. As they stepped outside into the sunlight, Zane's phone buzzed. Final upload complete. Welcome to Echelon 2.0. The message was unsigned. The end. For now.